Okay, we're over in the cool side now. So this is my Abyssinian banana. Ensete, I can't remember, moral or something or other, maurelii, I don't know, I can't remember. Oh, ventricosum, that's it, I know there's a maurelii somewhere in it. Ensete ventricosum maurelii. Okay, so that has been having a little bit of a sleep over the winter months. I've kept trickling a little bit of water in it, and honestly, it's not really minded. It just slowed down. It's just produced this great big leaf, and it's producing another one. So the odd occasion when we get a little bit of sunshine and the temperatures go up to 18, like it did today, it thinks, great, it's spring, let's get growing. But I'm really trying to keep it down, because if I put it out now, it doesn't stand a chance. Honestly, it'll get absolutely wiped out by the first frost. This sundew, tray of mixed sundews, you can see how big they've gone. They're way bigger. I thought they'd reached maturity a couple of years ago, but this is really going for it this year. Dendrobium cuthbertsonii hybrids are doing really nicely. This one has kept coming out with new blooms, and I believe these can last up to a year, so you can't really ask for more than that. They keep getting the odd yellow leaf, and I know I was a little bit worried that I wouldn't manage to keep these, because I did have one Dendrobium cuthbertsonii a year ago or so, and it didn't survive. So I'm hoping to keep these going. I've got lots of air there, and I am letting them get to almost the point of dryness before I'm watering them again. So we'll just have to see with that one. This is Cepahlotus. You can just see some new green growth down in the centre there. Quite a lot of new green growth. It should come up with its leaves first before it then starts to come up with these lovely pictures. I think a lot of these actually are due to pass away. They're very, very dark red, and I think that's just showing the age of them. But there'll be lots more after that division. They do sulk a little bit after the division. So this is actually Tradescantia minima. Now, you wouldn't think it looking at it, but look at this one. This is Tradescantia tricolor minima. This is one of the ones that I've restarted a couple of times, and it has looked dreadful at various times, but it's obviously hit its straps now, and it's looking absolutely superb again. And all I did was I took one of these green shoots and I tried to propagate it, and what you have over here is the propagation, there it is, of that Tradescantia tricolor minima. And I know it's a boring green, but actually these leaves are really, really glossy. I don't know if you can pick it up there. They're very glossy and velvety, and it's all right. It's not too bad. It's quite a nice little thing to have. I would really like to see what would happen if I tried some of these other leaves. I may well try them at some point. And what I keep doing with this one, I frequently pinch out these green ones. The ones that's just pure green, I don't let them get a hold, because if you leave them, then eventually you'll find your entire plant is just pure green, like the one over there, and you might not want that. I don't want it off this one, obviously, because it's much nicer as it is now. Begonia curly fireflush. Somebody was asking me about that. Could they have it as a house plant? Yeah, they're excellent house plants. They sell them as house plants, in fact. So this is a hybrid from Begonia rex, and you can see what a beautiful foliage plant it is. But it likes shade. It doesn't want to be in the sun, especially behind glass. You just let it dry. You let it get to the point of dryness, and then you water it again. No problem. Can be overwatered, but it's no real problem. It's just like with most plants. You wait till it dries out, then you water it again. Don't let it sit in water. Thought I'd mention this. Not a great deal to look at the moment. This one is Drosera nidiformis. But some people have said to me that they have some Drosera and they've just completely either died off over the autumn, or they very often get, and you can just see like the rotted bits there. They get botrytis very easily as well. Don't throw them away. Keep faith with them. Just leave them. Mine's been like nothing for the last month or so. But because this is a temperate variety, I mean, Drosera sundews come from all over the world, and there are tropical varieties and there are temperate varieties. This is a temperate one. So if you do see that yours is beginning to get botrytis, cut it right back to the bottom and just be patient and it will start to come again. And the same thing over here happened with, and we've got these lovely ones here. They're all looking really nice and coming along nicely. But you can just see that one down there. It's Drosera madagascariensis. But you can just see it's beginning to come back again. And that one got botrytis and it just started to rot at the bottom. So I cut it. I cut it right down, chucked all the rubbish away, and it's beginning to come back again. So you've just got to be patient with things like that. This star class, Dendrobium star class of pollen, I think I was right to water it. I don't think it's going to blast any more buds now. So it's got plenty of buds. It's going to give me some nice blooms very soon. And this, what was a keiki, they're not keikis anymore. I've got some nice ones on there. Now, considering this is star class of pollen, those blooms look completely different than they did last time. Well, not completely different, but there's certainly a lot more yellow in the middle. And then that yellow in the middle has like a tinge of, I don't know what you call that, lilac. And there's even some lilac on the edges. Or is it just purple? I don't know. Perhaps I'm just being a bit pretentious calling it lilac. Not very good with colours, as you know. But yeah, I think I really like that. I really like those blooms. It's definitely a plant that's grown on me over time. Cyclamen looking ace at the moment. Some of them are beginning to go to seed now, but that one's still looking superb. Let's just work our way through them here. That one's a white one, that big one at the back there. I've just cut a few of those off. Not many left on this one. This is the only one I have with like feathered edges. This is the one that had the tarsonimid mite, and it developed rather a lot of mutated leaves, mutated buds and so on. But it seems to be growing that out now, because you can see what a gorgeous flower it is. It really is a lovely bloom. And it's a real showstopper. It's one of the ones that last year people were like making a special note of and pointing it out. Fortunately, it's got some more buds to come, but it's going to be late this year because some of them are going over. Because I've got one over here, which I think is finished. It's done its thing. I don't think it's got any more buds coming on it now. I think that's finished. And obviously as the temperatures warm up and as the days lengthen, then it thinks it's getting to the summer. Remember, these are Mediterranean plants, so when they come to the summer, they're used to having a dry summer period, because obviously they like slight drought conditions. So you reduce the watering and then eventually things will turn yellow and you can either just cut them off and don't water it again until you want to bring it back into growth again towards the autumn time. So that's cyclamen. I've got loads of videos on cyclamen if you're interested in those. So we've got the Begonia tiger paw or tiger's paw, Begonia bowerae. The blooms are nothing to write home about, but yeah, they're quite pretty, aren't they? I just like the form of it with these sticking up in various places. I think that looks quite pretty. I think they're not. It's not one to cut off. Put it that way. That with the spikes and on the buds on it and the flowers, to me anyway, is more pretty with than without. These are the same. Now they've not actually opened yet, but they're going to be a deeper pink, and I quite like the look of that. So I've got a little tray of Pinguiculas here. So we've got, I'm using the method suggested by Matt Soper over at Hans Carnivores, where you have it on this, what do you call them? Can't remember. You know, the stuff that soaks water up. I can't remember what it's called. Never mind. That's Tina, that one's going over there. A couple on there. This one's Vesa. What's that one? That one is, no, that's Vesa. I don't know what I'm talking about. Guatemala, that one's Pinguicula Guatemala. I'm kind of getting a little bit worried about this one. I've removed some of the moss around the outside. You can see a little bit of green in the middle. That one's Cyclasecta, but I don't know. I just don't think that one's happy. Talking of Streptocarpus, which I know we weren't, but I'm going to. I just want to show you another new one that I've bought. So this is a species. I'm really getting into my species at the moment. So we have, I know you've seen the unifoliate down here. which still only has one leaf, but it's not done anything other than grow that leaf a bit bigger. Hopefully it might do this year. So this one is Saxorum, and the picture doesn't do it justice really. It doesn't look very exciting in the picture, but I've seen these again on Dibley's website. If you see them, the pictures on the website, and they have it in hanging basket and say it does really well in hanging basket. Again, it doesn't look like a Streptocarpus until you see the actual blooms, which are very similar. So I'm hoping that's going to get going this year and we can have another Streptocarpus species. We have got our Dracula doing really well. I think I'm sure I saw another spike somewhere. It's got plenty of new growths on it, and it's got that one spike. Let's hope that doesn't blast.